This is a spoiler warning. The following video contains spoilers for the story behind the game Vital Hearts. You have been warned.
That is correct. I don't think we need to spend time figuring out what happened here.
Okay.
In fact, I'll probably just keep attached to my phone and see what other people are saying about it via the Con app or whatever.
Well, no answer from Ren. Rosen, they have you sit there for about an hour, and then eventually, since your room, you're in one of those flimsy little cubicles where half the wall is glass, right? You've seen these kind of things before.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in the hallway, you can there is a security guy who looks higher ranking, like he's got a fancy helmet, and he's talking to two plainclothesmen who your Streetwise tells you they're police detectives, and a third person who you don't immediately recognize. It's a shorter woman. She's Asian, but not Japanese.
I'm not 100% on Japanese law, but they don't have evidence. If they don't have evidence, like in America, if they don't have evidence, they can't hold me forever unless they arrest me, and they haven't arrested me.
It's my understanding, yeah. I mean, you were making a scene. Where you're sitting there cooling your heels, you're thinking, I went to a video game event and made a scene. Japan, and once again, guys, we're glossing over this. They're probably just holding you here to save face. Like you did something stupid, at the event, and they're holding you here to embarrass you, and keep you off the floor. Plus also something obviously went down. So they decided, hey, maybe we should take the guy who made a scene and leave him here.
Worst case scenario, they tie you to the other thing. It's like, oh, you were trying to distract everybody from the shooting that was about to happen.
It was a Nintendo stand that happens probably twice a week.
So you don't recognize the two police detectives, or you recognize them they're obviously detectives, because you got Streetwise seen this, but you don't know.
No one else at the convention start a scene?
Not that you saw. Well, actually, you guys rolled 3 or 4 successes. At large events like this, security guards are usually pretty good at walking up behind people who are making a scene. First of all, there's no alcohol at this event, and it was early in the day, so there's not a lot of that. But yeah, you probably saw security guards walking up to people and saying, "Hey, could you stop, groping people like that?" Or please, can you turn out your pockets? So
please stop fingering people's assholes with the tech.
So you did see security people doing their job in ways that most people don't see, because you also noticed that I didn't make a point of this earlier, guys. Roll for successes. This is good security. This is not low rent security. So trying to deceive that guy was he probably won't fall for simple tricks that would fool campus security. So no offense to any campus security people. But anyway, so those people talk to each other in the hallway, and you can't quite make out what they're saying. But eventually, the woman looks in the room and looks directly at you, as if memorizing your face.
Oh, I'd actually be looking away at the moment, just kind of being casual.
Yeah, being casual. Oh, my head itches. She will leave, and one at this and
is it no? I mean, is that a possible check to kind of try to fuck with her memorization to maybe only she could see half my face?
Go ahead and make a roll of will and deceit. You get a bonus D12 if you had low profile, which you don't because you're not a career criminal.
So that would be 2 will and deceit.
Yep, will and deceit.
Okay. That's 2d8 and a d4.
He'll make the roll. Half of his face will be covered in shadow. The side that's in light will look blank-faced, but the one on the shadow side will look like he's grinning maniacally.
And it's also an anime, so when she stares at you, she tries to stare into your soul. And if you roll more successes, yeah, you put a question mark in front of it. It's okay if you hit the up arrow, you can retype it.
God damn it.
You,
That's one success at least. So.
Okay, so you hide your face. She leaves, and now there's 2 security guards in your room, as well as the detective inspector. And he introduces himself. Hey, hello, I'm Police Inspector Tanaka. I see from your badge that you're Rosen Asakawa, and I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, okay. I want to immediately come to the forefront of the conversation, say I am sorry for my disrespect.
Now, I'm not going to make you roll for this because you have deceit and presence. I'm just going to have you rote because they don't have anything on you, so that would give you like a D8 assist bonus. So you'd have like 4 dice, and the rote rule is every 2 dice is just 1 success. Don't roll. You can totally blow this guy off. They have nothing to hold you on.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I mean, you're a streetwise criminal. You totally say I was just making a scene. The inspector either believes you or doesn't believe you, but has something to hold you on. So you just kind of tie them up. They interrogate you. They try to wear you down. You're not having any of it. They will eventually just let you go. In fact, like the inspector will say, we've got bigger, we'll even mutter one of the security guards, we've got much bigger issues than this guy. He's got nothing to do with it.
I'm going to ask him, what's going on with the event? This was crazy. Somebody came in with a gun, apparently?
Well, you don't know that. Because
somebody did some sort of crazy thing, so I'm trying to ask him what's going on.
Yeah, they're going to say, oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We have everything completely under control. We're good security person. Your security is paramount. It's absolutely nothing for you to worry about. And if anyone from the press comes to talk to you, just tell them you had a great time at the show.
Okay. I did have a good time, but I had too good of a time. Sorry about that again.
All right. Well, they're going to escort you all the way to the door. And when they finally get to the door, they say, oh, by the way, here's your phone. And then they punt you out the door. And that's where you can open your phone. Like you see like 80,000 messages of, did you hear there was a shooting?
Oh, they confiscated my phone.
Well, of course they confiscated your phone. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay.
They would have patted you down, confiscated. You didn't have any other you didn't have any contraband on you, so it's no big deal.
I had my mask.
I
was in this kind of thing where it's like, oh no, if they find the mask, they could somehow connect this to me later. But then I'm like, oh no, wait, it's the worst thing because I was thinking about giving Griff my mask so he'd have easier time getting out.
To be fair, it is a freshly carved mask. You've already explained that out, so it's not like you've ever used it for a crime before.
No, but
but most surprisingly, they do give you back your mask.
Yeah,
because to them, it's just a mask. You've never used it for anything, so
right. It's worthless now.
It's worthless now because it's been made. I love how upset you are. Oh man, this is totally worthless now because it's been made. But yeah, they give you back your mask. They have no proof you were doing a crime, and for all intent, they just believe they think you're some kind of poser street punk. This is helped by the fact that you are a poser street punk. So,
yeah, poser, successful crimes, deliberating the cops, poser.
Right. I mean, you don't actually have a criminal record. You look like some punk student who got overexcited. Plus, they have bigger issues. I mean, do you get mad? Do you go back in there? I had a crime mask. You should arrest me.
No, I'm not upset. If I was, I'd be a poser if I did get upset.
Right. So they kind of kick you out. And also May will spot you. Hey, it's Rosen. I'm so glad he hasn't been killed by Americans.
Who's talking to me?
You can see May is waving to you from the crowd. May and May.
Okay. I'm going to make an immediate text message to my cool guy, crime guy. Say, did you get away?
Oh, and also, yeah, Kurabara, did you hang out with the crowd or did you just go home?
Probably going home with the loot because got to open it up. I definitely wait a few hours before sending a text message over to Rosen, like, yo, to see if it's clear, and then telling him what's up.
Wait, hold on. That's actually a good point. Before I send that text message, I'm gonna turn my phone off and take off the battery cover. See if it's been tampered with.
That's a good question. What skills do you have useful in noticing if a phone's been tampered with?
I'm a crime guy. I'm assuming I've had other people's phones tampered with.
The skills for seeing if someone has tampered with your phone is academics, craft, and streetwise.
Really? I would just assume that you just use burner phones all the time.
What about mind?
Oh, and mind, yeah.
Okay, hold on. What's his name? Wheelchair Man? Is he a hacker?
Ren is a power gamer, so Ren only knows how to hack video games.
Yes, we're legs and the wheel man.
But Ren, do you actually have academics or craft?
I have crafts. I don't have academics.
What's your crafts?
You can make
D6.
a roll of. You could assist and make a roll of mind.
Nah, I see, because I have a better chance.
He doesn't want to come to me with this shit.
The only downside to assisting is if you roll all ones on an assist, you will ruin the job. So if you only have one die, it's usually not worth it.
I mean, how do you come to some random dude and go, hey, you think they tampered with my phone?
That's one success.
There's no physical object they tampered with your phone, but your phone was out of your control for a couple hours.
Well, the one thing I'd look at to see if the tamper with a phone, you have to break the seal under the battery.
Right.
Is the seal broken?
No, they have not physically tampered with your phone, but your phone was out of your control, which means they might have your number.
Yeah, and they could have downloaded something to it. I'm not going to use this phone for now, for anything crime related.
Right. And also, like when Ren talks about burner phones.
No, Ren's not talking about burner phones. I'm talking about burner phones.
Well,
I'm just saying I assume that that Rosen would use burner phones and not have like a permanent phone on them.
Except Rosen is a
delinquent.
He's a
delinquent.
Reason to I mean, now you're probably cursing yourself for not having a burner phone. Plus, I really should look into how hard it is.
But at the same time, it's like you're here talking with friends mostly.
It's not hard to get a burner phone. You just buy one of those prepaid card phones.
Yeah.
At the store.
Well, but in fact, what makes more sense is you guys could go buy a burner phone right now.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna go buy burner phone after this before I head home. Okay. But on top of that, I'm going to keep this phone. I'm going to limit use on this phone.
Yeah, this is your public phone. So you go and buy a burner phone, and but eventually Kurabara, you can text him on the burner phone and say this is safe line, and Kurabara, I assume you text back saying I'm at home.
Yeah, basically.
Do you all want to rendezvous at Kurabara's home, or do you want to rendezvous somewhere else?
Kurabara, what's your home like? You dirty boy?
Incredibly.
Right.
Well, it's Japan. You could rendezvous at some seedy bar or coffee house or.
Oh, toads. Maybe even I might know like a place that has like back rooms or something. Private functions or something.
Well, this being a Japanese anime, one of the most telegenic places to meet is the inevitable local abandoned shrine that is, real estate where, they leave the shrine there because people still leave offerings there, but it's also, a private place with no electronic surveillance.
Yeah, and no one's going to be in the back there. So, perfect.
If anyone shows up, just pretend you're foxes.
I am a trickster spirit.
Historically, shrines, not great wheelchair access.
Yeah, but we do it in a jump cut so nobody notices. This will be like one of those things that people on Everything Wrong with Vital Hearts Online complain. How do you get in here when it's not wheelchair accessible?
I'll help your girlfriend lift your wheelchair up the multiple steps.
Okay, so yeah, you'll go meet in one of those, and of course, I want to do an establishing shot with those giant, tall, high-rise buildings to your side, and of course, there's humming power lines everywhere, and we pan down this little abandoned place that's all overgrown, the contrast of the natural chaos of the world with the decaying order of technology, and that's you guys. So you have this aluminum case, and you guys have a problem, or a minor problem, that the aluminum case has a combination lock on it.
Hey, where'd you get that thing from?
Just a little something special.
I bought it at the gift shop.
Doesn't answer a question at all.
I got it for being such a good con goer, Everyone just loved me so much. I got like this special gift, and we're gonna see what it is.
I choose to accept this.
You could totally. We were going
wise man.
Like a raffle route or something like that, some sort of prize event that was
right. I just choose not to make a problem out of this.
May is going to say, I'm just glad that nobody was injured.
I'm going to say one quick thing. Since they didn't know I was being, well, they might be able to somehow figure out that I was detained. I doubt they would, though. I could say that, well, they wouldn't know when. That's the good point.
Yeah. The only person who knows you were detained is Kurabara.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I'm going to say, yeah, but they did hand us, they looked like they were handing us this case, but they handed it us right at the end, right when that shit was going down.
I choose to accept it because Ren is probably like showing off to May at this point, like, did you see that throw? Tell you, I still got it. All those years of exercise, still keeping with it. The arm is still going.
Are you
the phone throwing hero, Ranger?
It's amazing. You know, May says, you know, it's amazing. You saved that man's life, is what May is going to say. You know, but it's amazing. It'll probably be on the news or something. Well, actually, it wouldn't. They wouldn't release his name on the news because, of course, you know, you don't do that. But it's like, yeah, I mean, it's not in the press, but Ren was amazing. He threw his phone at the American, disarming him.
Wow, I guess that's why he didn't respond.
I like how
that guy's dead now.
I like how the organizations are going to be tracking us down for two different reasons. Me and Kuwabara, because we stole their super secret super device, possibly. Mm-hmm. And the other guy, and the other, God, I forgot your name again, Theta, your character's name.
Ren.
And Ren for being a hero and saving their...
It's like it's an anime. Yeah. But you have this
It's
case.
like there's two separate animes going on here at the same time.
I mean, to be fair, if Nell was here, she's actually a cop too, so...
I know. Nell is actually a police inspector, so she would actually have something different to say about it. In fact, that's going to be fun when Nell gets involved in all of this.
I'm glad Cop Girl wasn't here to stop crime time.
More importantly, all of you are here together. You have this case. It is, you know, it's an aluminum case. I want to say it's bulletproof, but it's obviously shock resistant. And it's got a combination lock. You'd either have to destroy it, prying it open with a crowbar, or pick the lock.
It's weird that they would give you something you couldn't open.
I got chances to pick the lock, that's for sure.
I have some ability to use...
If you have... Sabotage is the ability to crack a safe or you know, defeat a combination lock.
I have sabotage, but I don't have enough in the other skill departments to get a reliable...
Well, you can assist me, and I can do it a lot better.
So they gave you this prize that has some sort of test to open?
Yes.
Yeah, since we're supposed to be such good MMO players, they thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, but I have to have May say, is this one of those escape room things?
You know, yeah, I think I heard about something like this before.
It's supposed to lead us to the next one, probably.
It's like for the excuse for why we have to break it open. It looks like they forgot to open the case while all that crap was going down.
I mean, if that's what we're gonna believe is the reason why it has a code thing to operate, then I guess May would help out because she's a team player.
Well, first, since a assist bonus is a claim bonus, you can roll after the fact. May's going to let you do this by yourself before she throws in, but you do get a D8 assist bonus from Rosen. Oh yeah, it's the same kind of lock, you know, combination lock. See him on bicycles all the time. Not that I steal bicycles.
How many numbers is on this combo lock?
It's a 3-digit combination lock.
Dude, so. we could just go through this in the next 5 minutes.
No, actually, it would take longer than that.
It takes longer than 5 minutes, but you know, but
I've broken through combination locks in like 20 minutes.
The possible number of combinations combined with the amount of time it probably takes to get a lockout.
Kurabara, you get a D8 assist bonus, right? And you, of course, are arguing. You just sit there and brute force and get through it. Yeah, but what if it was but of course, you point out that there's some combinations that are more common. Again, stealing bikes because you can't be bothered to use your own. So you do get a D8 bonus from Rosen there.
My bike's in my room and it's perfectly never used. It's because I steal bikes.
Go ahead, make the roll.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
3 successes will be enough to defeat this lock. In terms of difficulty, 1 success is something anybody could do. So no, because otherwise it weren't. 2 successes or more would be required. You get 3. So you go click, 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 and it takes you like about 10 minutes. Or 5, basically 5 minutes. And yeah, it's you physical lock, you click that, open it, and then open the case. And explode. No.
Was an IED.
Inside the case, which, like I said, is small enough they can fit into a Sega tote bag, is foam cut into shape, and inside the slots in the foam is a headset. Now, unlike the other headsets that you've seen that have really nice factory molded plastic on them, this has a very ugly, washed out, translucent plastic that might have been printed off of a 3D printer. And it's also not, it's not quite the right shape. So it's like, not form factor ugly. It's designed to, go over the electronics. It's translucent, so you can see the electronics inside. Not only is there like a bizarre array of chips on what are hand soldered motherboards, pieces together, but there's also a bunch of LEDs that have been hastily soldered in there too, possibly to check leads to make sure they're working.
Which booth did you guys take this from again?
Yeah, what booth was this from?
I think it was the Altamont one, wasn't it?
No, this is the TML.
Okay then.
Of course, rephrase that for my question in character. Which booth gave you this again?
Yeah, the TML booth.
This must have
it
been
looks tacky as hell. But these LEDs, someone's gonna want that. Everyone puts LEDs and stuff these days.
This must have been something for the big time fans who've been following the technology kind of thing. I didn't really pay attention to the competition.
I mean, would I say it looks retro?
Yeah, sure, because it's translucent plastic.
But if you look at it closer and look at the chipsets, is it clearly cutting edge tech?
It is definitely a VR helmet with a separate, but it's small enough that it has an internal battery, so you can just put it on your head and just turn it on. It's got the cable that runs off of it to plug into something else. But the VR helmets have their own chips inside them, so you can just start them up and run them. And
I'm glad that we have a Yakuza member, because now we can get connection to someone who can figure this shit out. What this is. Unless there's paperwork in the box.
What are you talking about? They told us what it was. It's supposed to be like their better interface or something. Less damage to the brain or something. I heard my mom say the same thing about sitting too close to the TV, so I don't buy it. But
so Rosen searches the box, and he picks up the foam, and underneath the foam is a piece of paper and a USB jump drive.
What's the paper say?
The paper, when you open it, has a bunch of numbers and explanations on it. You're not sure what this is. You'd have to make a roll of mind academics with a D12 bonus if you have computers. I mean, it looks like notes from some engineer.
Is Ren a computer man?
You want to know what gifts I have?
Yep.
I have gifts for climbing and jumping.
Oh, so you really are a tragic loss from...
what did you get for being a power gamer?
Let's see. Danger Sense, I guess. Sorry, I put all my gifts in like a list. I didn't put them in...
Yeah. No, he's not a hacker. He's a power gamer.
So we need to go find someone who can look at this stuff and figure it out.
I mean, I could try to read it right here.
I mean, are you decent at that?
No.
May says, give me that.
Here's me assisting May.
Damn.
She says, not only can I read like doctor's handwriting, but also I work with medical equipment. So this is a listing of the different pinouts that are on the different chips. So you can see here that the chips and the board are labeled in certain spots. And, these are the specifications listed of what's going on inside it. These must be the engineer's notes.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I don't know what's on this USB flash drive, though.
Well, we'd have to plug it into a computer to find out.
I go ahead and kind of yoink it up. Well, I can go ahead and find that when I get back. Yeah, I can report on to all of you.
Wait a minute, Sis May. I don't think... Are you sure they gave you the right thing? This doesn't look like a consumer-ready item. This looks like a prototype.
Hey, if they're going to give it to me, I'm not going to complain.
There's a lot of confusion. This could have been an accident.
May will fold her arms and tap her foot, but she doesn't call you out on your obvious bullshit.
Yeah.
Come on, it'll be fun.
It's adorable, though. If you've seen the anime I took her picture from, she does the whole puffy cheek thing, too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing she didn't call on that, because crime time can turn to super crime time.
I don't know what you're threatening.
So I assume, Kurabara, you don't tell anybody that you saw a dead body.
I tried to specifically call out, like, before this conversation happened, oh, I guess you let that person die, and got no response. So I figured no one else was into that.
Well, actually,
I didn't hear you say that.
Yeah, we didn't hear you say that. So maybe it was your
So-
internet was switching out.
It's like, oh,
Maybe-
that's why you didn't answer your phone.
and
I guess the
also-
guy's dead.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, and also, what are you talking about? You mean you saw somebody in the hallway on your way out? While you wait. Where did you see this person that no one else was around to help you to see it besides you?
It's one of these emergency exits that's like behind this weird corner. I can understand why nobody went that way.
May is going to ask, why were you leaving out an exit that no one else was when everyone else was being evacuated through clear exits?
Hey, I'm not a people's person. I get scared in crowds, you know?
I'm gonna chime up at this point and say, yeah, he's not the brightest. He probably just ran to the closest hallway.
It's there.
You
But
know,
still.
May is going to put her hands on the grips of Ren's wheelchair and say, "You know, I'm really tired and I have a headache and my feet, my dogs are barking. I think we should go."
Okay.
Sure.
like-
I just got a question though. Like, you do medical stuff. What would make a person just have a seizure in the middle of a hallway?
A seizure in the middle of a hallway. Well, if they had epilepsy, if there's a light blinking 3 times a second, although the alarms, the exit lights don't blink 3 times a second in public places like that, specifically to avoid making a petit mal seizure.
Kuwabara just kind of slowly nods his head as if he understands.
I like that.
Okay. Right, but of course I want to remind you that guy had blood all over his chest.
Right.
So
That was a
That's not
seizure.
normal.
That was like a gunshot wound.
well, you didn't see what kind of wound. You only had one success, and you were in a hurry, so you didn't see what kind of wound it was. You just saw he was clearly dead and exsanguinated.
One assumes.
So-
Kuwabara would just kind of shrug and assume, maybe he did just get shot or something.
Shot. All right, that's it. I don't know what we're accessories to, but I've had a very busy day.
What? You were on front stage with that thing.
Can't hear you. Busy wheeling away.
We're leaving now. Goodbye.
Cowards!
Shut up.
Yeah, so before you plug that in, do you have any tech guys?
No.
Well, I'm just
Would I look
worried
like a
that-
nerd?
I don't know.
Kind of. We have the Pompadour.
The
So,
only thing I'm good at is keeping from getting caught.
You do have the Ingon Spangler thing going on.
so May and Ren are going to go home and have one of those anime moments where they talk about I can't believe they did all this weird stuff and pad out the episode when they're 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'll be sitting at the middle floor in my wheelchair, or doing pull-up, sit-ups in the middle of the room, and she'll be pacing back and forth. The obvious, I'm not happy, but I don't know how to voice my frustrations.
Yep.
Puffy.
So Kurabara, what is your next plan to do with this headset? Do you want to fence it? Do you want to try and use it? Do you want to put it on the floor and jump up and down on top of it?
Hey, I got a USB that could have anything on it. I'm gonna go home, do the whole dark room, make the coffee, load up the computer, and put it in while crossing my fingers going, no tracking software, no tracking software, no
Yeah,
tracking
that's what I was gonna say.
I love that.
Correct.
That's anime right there. Hey, let's just plug it in.
Wait, hold on a second. Would you allow me to follow you to help you figure out what this is?
That was the next question: is do you want Rosen there when you do this?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I mean, I help you steal it. My hands are just as dirty as yours.
Exactly, you deserve some of the rewards for your curiosity.
So
Plus,
Kurabara,
I told you I would have told you ahead of time. I'm not in it for a profit. I'll take the minimum share. I'm
So-
just here to have some fun.
Kurabara and Rosen go back to Kurabara's place, fire up his respectable rig of PC, and then go ahead and plug the drive in. And I think that's where we're going to go ahead and have the music queue up and go to credits.
Hold on. I actually was going to do one quick thing.
Please, Siren.
I'm going to unplug his internet.
You unplug his internet. Okay, that's good.
So technically, there's nothing that could...
Yeah, that's our post-credit scene. Is that the credits play, and then halfway through the credits, we look down at Rosen again, and he's watching Kurabara make some coffee, and from hands behind his back, he pulls the plug out of the wall, connecting the modem to the computer.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think as soon as he's going to say, wait, I got to do one thing. And when he pulls the plug of the modem out, well, of course, fade to black at just exactly that moment. And then the music will rise and, loud idol singers will come on and our soundtrack will blare jarringly. So I think that's a good place to end this because we actually have some more police investigations. But once again, as you can see, we'll be trading off between VR experience and real life experience. So, did you guys have fun?
Yeah, it was very good.
Oh yes.
Yep. We have a good mix of characters, and I think all of you were up on your anime tropes. So I'm glad we're doing that. And I think the game went pretty smoothly. You guys understand rolling fours are better for most stuff. We didn't have a lot of contests. There weren't a lot of combat. The only contest we had was Ren throwing a phone at somebody who didn't see him coming.
Right. I think for the most part, the entire plan was to avoid contests as much as possible.
Right. So we mostly did challenges, which your fours are better. And like I like to warn people, you get something I like about this is you guys know what you're good at. You know you're delinquents and criminals and physically active, and it doesn't surprise anyone that you're actually good at stuff that you're good at. Mm-hmm. So. Hooray! All right, everyone earns 1 experience point for participating in the debriefing.
Yay!
Okay, Ren, what was your motto?
Live until you die.
Well, you are alive, and you did throw the phone at a gunman who, if you had failed, might have turned and shot you. So I think that you definitely get a point for that. Rosen, what was your motto?
You can't find the fun in it. Why bother?
Hey, you made a big scene and got a weird headset and jerked around a bunch of people, so that's a point for you. And Griffin, what's your motto?
Crime is its own reward.
Point for you.
Yeah.
So everybody earned 2 experience. I don't think anyone accomplished any goals at the moment.
No, mine's definitely a VR focused one.
Right. So that's okay. If you accomplish a goal, we give you a reward.
This device might come into the point where I could become legendary because it gives me an unfair advantage in the game.
Assuming Kurabara lets you use it.
Right.
Okay, so there's a lot more work to do, but we got to get some personal stuff in here as well as some of the brands, and I did some more work on some of the supporting characters. I also, I would politely ask Rectus when you post this, you might want to put a note that there's slight spoilers, because when the final game comes out, there's a big secret going on, so people who are watching this stream will get spoilers on some of the details. Sure. I'm sure when people play this individually, the adventure will play out differently. For example, you guys had criminals, so you guys went on a criminal adventure. But if somebody else were all students or all computer hackers, they would have, had different encounters here at the expo. So, but there will be slight reveals of the big story. And of course, your game host can change it. The final game will let you do a variety of different kinds of adventures in VR. This is the story we're presenting, so your story may vary. And I'd like to thank everybody who came by to watch, because I know some of you, I'm waving. You can't see, but I'm waving.
I'm waiting for, a cool splash book is a convergence event where reality and digital stuff just kind of, together. That'd be a really cool splash book.
Not if that Singularity guy has anything to say about it. All right. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. I got some things to take care of, and thanks for watching and stuff.